Hello, ladies and gentlemen of the internet. This is your boy, Willie Does Wrestling, back at it again. And today, I am introducing the Unscripted podcast, where I will essentially, every Thursday, will go over the trending topics in the world of WWE and AEW, and, like what happened in the week, and maybe some things about me and all that fun stuff. So, ladies and gentlemen, if you have not already subscribed, be sure to. Tomorrow I will be back for Willie Does Wrestling Universe Mode Episode 2, as it will be the SmackDown premiere. We will have all the SmackDown champions crowned, and I think I posted a full schedule on Twitter, WillYMYT. You can go on and follow me on there. So, essentially, I have a ton of topics here, and excuse me, I think I'm catching a little bit of a cold. I got a series of topics here. I will be talking about Saraya's AEW return. Of course, she's cleared. I'm going to talk about Austin Theory's failed cash-in. I'll give early card predictions for Survivor Series, or at least a few matches that I think is going to happen. Logan Paul and him impressing at Crown Jewel. I will give my predictions for All Out, well, at least for the main event, because the whole event is not completed yet. I will do full gear predictions, maybe in like a separate video on the channel. I'll talk about Braun Strowman not liking flippy floppy people, and I'll also talk about the 24/7 championship being scrapped, and thoughts on like titles on WWE in general. And then I will talk about everyone's favorite group in the minute, the Elite. So I'm gonna get out of the way, and I'm going to talk about Saraya Knight, her return in AEW first. I think that's a topic for a good topic to start off with, because I have faced a fair bit of backlash for my response on the return to Saraya, and I think maybe this could be my public YouTube response. I've responded on Twitter, as you do, and first I'm just going to give like the latest news that I think everyone knows about. Last month Saraya came to AEW, and everyone was like, well, is she cleared? Is she not? Like, what's going on here, right? She is cleared. It was revealed in this Wednesday's edition, well, last night's edition of Dynamite. As she said, she's cleared, and her first match will be at Full Gear against Dr. Britt Baker, which, okay, I'm honestly glad that her first feud is against Britt Baker and not like her getting shoehorned into the AEW Women's Championship scene, because if that happened, I probably would criticize her return a little bit more. And we all know the story. She retired a number of years ago from neck injuries, and she broke that neck twice, and after the second time, WWE doctors are like, no more. You're not going into the ring. You're not going to wrestle matches because the injuries are too bad. And then she comes in AEW and she's all of a sudden cleared, which I thought was weird, because why would you do that? So I went and I said this. I quoted the tweet, and I said, I quoted saying, "I'm 100% cleared. You won't be saying that for long, sweetheart." Now, I will admit, maybe I could have reworded the tweet a little differently, but the criticism still stands. I think what I was getting at was, AEW is very injury prone. Remember, earlier this year, like around the summer, there was a ton, and I mean a ton, of injuries in the AEW locker room. Like, it was fucking crazy. So, what I meant by "you won't be saying that for long, sweetheart" is exactly what you meant, what you were probably thinking, which was she's going to get injured again, maybe one bump and she is gone, and she'll go up in front of the fans and retire again, which is something that I think a lot of people would have the same thoughts as me, you know, like genuinely concerned for her situation, because her injury was pretty bad. Like, it's debatably worse than what Edge had, but, you know, AEW stans can't really accept that. So, then someone responded saying, "Wonder if the sweetheart said the same thing when two dudes came back from the same injury." And this was later revealed to be Edge and Daniel Bryan. Now, there's no public record that obviously would state that I was concerned for Edge and Daniel Bryan, but people that I know personally can attest to this, that I was genuinely concerned for Edge and Daniel Bryan. But, yeah, when Edge came back at the Royal Rumble, yes, I'm going to admit I popped. I think everyone and their fucking grandma popped when Edge came back. And then when he started doing spears and acting, like moving as if nothing happened, I was like, okay, my man can go. And then I think the next day on Raw, when they had Randy Orton attack Edge and he took a concerto, I was like, oh fuck, why did they do that? Like, you know, Daniel Bryan was the same way. He was cleared, and then he instantly was taking bumps. Like, Kevin Owens and Sami Zayn were all attacking him, and he got powerbombed on the apron. And I'm like, oh no, man. But yes, there's no public instance, there's no fucking Facebook post, there's no tweet, there's no Instagram post that would say that I was concerned with, but behind the scenes I was. But these people will be like, well, you didn't say it on Twitter, so that means you weren't concerned. Which is exactly what one fan said. Great, want to show that? Because a lot of people, myself included, kind of get an idea why you say what you said. Kind of like hinting that I'm sexist because it's a woman. So it's like, well, you didn't say anything when two dudes came, but a woman is coming back from an injury and you're criticizing it. Like, so I fucking said, I didn't have Twitter back then, so sorry, can't show that. Like, I didn't have Twitter back when Edge and Daniel Bryan came back, and when I wasn't even doing wrestling content back then. I wasn't really doing any content back then. So why would I post about wrestlers' injuries, right? So there was that. And then I said the reason I said what I said is because AEW is known to be spot heavy that sometimes never end well. And I said, don't try to pull the sexist card on me, buddy. And then my man just responds with Wrestle Cringe. Wrestle Cringe, a Twitter account designed to attack people with hard takes or unpopular takes on pro wrestling. And my tweet was included in that, as well as a few other people criticizing Paige. For example, there was one saying, "This isn't ending well, guaranteed." And another one said, "They will clear anyone. This can only go bad." Which, they will clear anyone? No. I think Paige was like the first AEW example where a retired wrestler got cleared. I might be wrong. Anyone wants to correct me in the comments, they can go ahead and do that. Just be respectful about it, because fuck's sakes. And Wrestle Cringe actually said Saraya retired from the same injury Edge had. Funny how I never heard people questioning his clearance, right? And a lot of people respond, like in the replies, there are people being like, He was cleared by numerous doctors. She's been cleared by AEW's doctors. Like, literally, in Daniel Bryan's promo, he was talking about how he wasn't just cleared by WWE's doctors. He went through, like, other doctors just so he can be cleared. Yeah. Clearly didn't get cleared and retired for 10 plus years. He returned after injury and physiotherapy to the point where he himself felt great. Saraya has pushed wrestling again since she re-broke her neck. Uncleared multiple times. AEW clears her first try. And then, of course, people were criticizing her in-ring skills. Yeah. And then, yeah. The recovery time was a good point here, too. 2011 to 2020, which is 9 years. 2018 to 2022, 4 years. Edge has a higher chance at re-injury. Yeah, so everyone was like, well, it took Edge a fucking decade. Like, and all that. And it took numerous doctors to clear both Edge and Daniel Bryan. But, Saraya, Paige, whatever you want to call her, it took her, like, one doctor. Like, she left a screenshot, and it's one doctor, you know, that said so. And, the quote tweets, you know, there are now people accusing me, well, not directly me, but since my tweet was included in the Wrestle Cringe tweet, they were accusing sexism because there is no public record of me criticizing Edge and Daniel Bryan's return, but I publicly criticized Saraya's. Like, here's one saying, I'm sensing some obvious sexism going on. People hate just to hate. WWE fanboys with a fake pretend and need to babysit a grown adult. I guess the control freak behavior of their former idol never went away. It's because she's a woman. It's because it's AEW. Company loyalty makes no sense to me. Wrestling is wrestling. Like, blah, 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 blah. I love this one. I actually retweeted this one. A lot of us were quite worried and straight up shocked when he returns, but go off. Which was exactly what I meant. Like, these fucking people. Like, watch. What if I did criticize Edge? What if I did criticize Daniel Bryan? What if I did? What if I had Twitter? Let's say I started Twitter back in 2019, right? And then Edge returned at the Royal Rumble. And I'm like, well, this isn't going to end well. WWE fans probably wouldn't say shit. At least in recent memory, I can shit all over WWE. And I said this in multiple videos. Whenever I shit on WWE on Twitter, nobody says anything. But I criticize one small thing about AEW and I get shit on. Like, I don't know what is going on with Tony. I don't know what is going on with AEW and its fans, but AEW has to have, like, the worst stance in wrestling history. I don't know what WCW was like. I wasn't born then. ECW fans were probably on that level back in the day. Like, that One Night Stand 2006 alone was enough to convince me. So, but at least in recent memory, AEW has, like, the worst fans in wrestling right now. Like, it's fucking terrible. And what's funny is the sexism is clearly not a factor. Like, I feel stupid for having to go on here and having to explain that I'm not sexist for something because I don't give a shit if you're a woman or not. You come back from an injury after 4 years, especially a neck injury, and it took you 4 years to come back from. I'm going to give you shit for it. Let's talk about Daniel Bryan. It took him 2 years. But at least it took multiple doctors to, like, not just WWE's doctors. And to get WWE doctors to clear you as well, you must be doing something good. You know? So it's not the fact that I'm hating just to hate or because Paige is a woman. It's because it's one doctor and it is 4 years. And you're just immediately coming back from it. And you're in a roster and a division known to be very unsafe. Britt Baker, I think, can give her a safe match. But would that be the same for like a Nyla Rose? Would that be the same for an Athena match? Like one Eclipse or whatever she calls that move now, and she's dead. Let's be honest. So no, I am not taking back my criticism. I don't give a shit who gives me shit on it. I'm not sexist. I'm not an AEW hater. I am just worried that Paige will get injured again. And yes, maybe the sweetheart tweet, I could have worded it a little differently. Wrestle Cringe can give me views all I want, and I can give Wrestle Cringe views all I want, but I said what I said, and I mean it, and I guess we'll have to wait till Full Gear to see if Saraya gets re-injured, right? So that, I just spent 17 minutes just fucking going off on AEW stance. Saraya, I hope, like, well, I'll leave the Saraya thing with this. Apparently there's a report saying that they're starting her off with one match per month, which is fine. At least she won't be wrestling every fucking week, but just giving her a one match per month thing is like, okay, maybe it's a little too early, but, you know, who knows? Like, I'm glad that she's cleared, but one doctor is not enough to convince me, so I'm sorry, all you brainwashed stans. I don't know how much Tony's paying you. If it pays good, I'll gladly be on the fucking AEW stand train. I'll defend everything. I'll defend a pointless title match. I'll defend a fucking Jade Cargill match no one wants to see. I'll do that. You know? Someone DM me on Twitter or someone DM me on Instagram how much Tony pays you to fucking defend everything on AEW, and then I'll go on here being like AEW is the fucking best. Like, it doesn't deserve criticism, right? So that's my 2 cents on that. Next is Austin Theory's cash in on Raw. Now listen, Austin Theory's cash in on Raw, I mean, we've all seen it. People went as far as to say he's buried. Baron Corbin responded to it being like, welcome to the club, kid. We're in a group led by John Cena. And, you know, where do I see Austin Theory? Well, I think we've known that he was going to fail a Money in the Bank cash-in, but I don't think we really expected him to cash in on the U.S. title. I think it goes without saying. I think it was obvious that we didn't think that would happen, but it did. And first off, I thought it was fucking stupid. Like, I've been public record for hating Austin Theory, and I said this in my video as well, my thoughts on Theory video, that I think he's a talented dude. His matches with Dolph Ziggler and Johnny Gargano were fucking great. Like, athletically, great fucking performer. His gimmick and the way Vince was holding into a pedestal, fucking over pushing him like 2016 Roman Reigns, I fucking hated. That was why I hated Austin Theory. Like, I no one criticized me on that, but I thought I'd go on here and I would say that Austin Theory is a good fucking athlete. Don't get me wrong. But I didn't like how overpushed he was. Like, he was in the... Like, he was U.S. champion earlier this year, right? He lost to Bobby Lashley at Money in the Bank. Adam Pearce comes out before the Money in the Bank match starts, and then is like, hey, there's an 8th man, and his name is Theory. Theory comes out. He ends up winning the match. That was what I fucking hated, was that there were so many better options. There was, like, Seth Rollins. There was Matt Riddle. There was, I think Sheamus was in there. Those were, like, my top 3 that I wanted to win. Sami Zayn was fucking in there, too. And it was during the time he started being a lackey for the Bloodline. I thought that would have been sick. You had Roman Reigns, the Universal Champion. You had the Usos, Tag Team Champions. And then you have Sami Zayn, Mr. Money in the Bank, that can tease a possible betrayal of Roman Reigns. Something like that. But, you know, it didn't fucking happen. So... but Theory winning that match was, made me go, like, what the fuck, right? So he cashes in on the U.S. title that he already held, and, you know, he didn't even win that. He's the first fucking, Mr. Money in the Bank to cash in on a mid-card title, and that first cash-in failed, which is, like, what the fuck, right? He cashes in, like, Bobby Lashley beats the shit out of Seth Rollins. He comes in, a near fall, an A-Town down, a near fall, and then Rollins comes back in the match. And Theory comes back in the match, was gonna win. Bobby Lashley fucking attacks Theory. Theory gets back in the ring in time for a 10 count. Rollins with a curb stomp, and he wins. And I'm like, why did you do that? Now, I said in my other video that you could have had the cash in at Crown Jewel, had Roman beat him after he beat Logan Paul, and Roman Reigns comes out looking like a dumbass. Not a dumbass. Well, Theory wouldn't end up looking like a dumbass if he cashed in on Roman Reigns, and Roman Reigns would look like a badass if he beat 2 people in one night. I think that would have been amazing. Now, where does Theory go? I would like to assume that he's not done. I really hope he doesn't end up in the jobber territory. I say drop the phone gimmick. I say drop the stupid selfies. Drop the stupid gimmick. Make him a fucking serious guy. And then, like, still keep him a heel, but don't make him go out there fucking taking selfies, because no one wants to see that. And he teased a WrestleMania match with John Cena, which has been teased for most of this year. I wouldn't mind seeing that. And which is perfect timing, because now there's reports that John Cena is rumored to actually be wrestling a match at WrestleMania 39. So, I think there's no better than Austin Theory, right? Either Austin Theory or Gunther. Those are 2 men that I want John Cena to face. Because think of this. Austin Theory and John Cena, 2 athletic specimens. It's the past versus the future. You can go ahead and book that, and they'll sell tickets. John Cena versus Gunther. Gunther's a big bad dude. Cena never held the Intercontinental title. It speaks for itself, right? Austin Theory, you know, I really hope this isn't the end for him. But, yeah, I just that cash-in was so fucking stupid, man. It was a waste of a Money in the Bank holder. I really wanted Rollins to hold that. Or Cody Rhodes if he never got injured. Because remember, Cody Rhodes was supposed to be in the fucking match. So, that was fucking bullshit. So yeah, Theory, I wish him the best. But, you know, it is what it is. So, now we get into early card predictions for Survivor Series. More particularly the War Games matches. Well, first I'm going to go for the WWE Tag Team Championships will obviously not be defended. I think the Bloodline will be one team in the men's War Games match. Now, Apparently, the rumor is that the Brawling Brutes and the New Day will be, in the match facing the Bloodline, but I think that's like a little bit of a letdowner. Still keep Sheamus. Keep Sheamus in the match. I want Sheamus in the match. He will fucking kill it. But Brawling Brutes and New Day, no. Keep them away. So, who would I want? Who would I want in the match? I would want the Bloodline to face Drew McIntyre, Kevin Owens, Shinsuke Nakamura, and Matt Riddle. There you go. Those are... Drew McIntyre, Kevin Owens, Shinsuke Nakamura, and Matt Riddle. Those are the men that I want Roman Reigns to face. Then I can see, there's Damage Control, Nikki Cross, and a vacant superstar against Bianca Belair, Alexa Bliss, Asuka, and that's it. So who do I think will fill up the empty spots? For Damage Control and Nikki Cross, there's one wrestler that hasn't been announced yet. Rhea Ripley. Put Rhea Ripley in there. So you got one team there. You got Damage Control, Nikki Cross, and Rhea Ripley. Now for the other one, I say put Bianca Belair, Alexa Bliss, Asuka, Mia Yim, and Candice LeRae. There you fucking go. Those are the full teams. Fuck Sasha Banks. If she comes back, she comes back. Obviously not Naomi. And I think save Sasha Banks for like a different women's match. Maybe you can have Ronda Rousey and Liv Morgan run it back at Survivor Series. And then you have Sasha come back and spice things up a little bit over on SmackDown. Like, if I were to predict a Sasha Banks return, I would say that would be your best option. Or at least if I was booking the fucking show. Then I would have Gunther take on Solo Sikoa. I think the winner of the SmackDown World Cup will go on to Survivor Series to face Gunther. So why not Solo? Give Solo something to do. And what would he be even more cool is if the Bloodline were to beat the shit out of Imperium, distract Gunther, and help Solo Sikoa win the Intercontinental title. It would set up perfectly for a Bloodline and Imperium feud. It would set up perfectly. Sami Zayn will still be running around with no fucking title, but Solo will look like a badass with that Intercontinental title. That Intercontinental title would look amazing on Solo Sikoa. Give him that fucking belt. Book it. I don't give a shit. You got my blessing. Give Solo Sikoa the Intercontinental Championship, and he will look like a fucking badass with the Bloodline. They'll all have gold. U.S. title, that you could stay over on Raw, because U.S. title is really the only thing besides the Raw Women's Championship that Raw really has, right? Then I predict a fatal 4-way match for the United States Championship. I can see that. Seth Rollins defends against Mustafa Ali, Austin Theory, and Bobby Lashley. There you go. Big fatal 4-way match, right? That would be amazing. That would be pretty sweet. And that's really it. Do I predict that The Rock will come out at any time? No. But I think it would be cool, but I think save like a Rock appearance and a hype for WrestleMania 39 for the Royal Rumble. Apparently there's not going to be a pay-per-view in between Survivor Series and Royal Rumble, but save the Rock's return for the Royal Rumble. Let's make us wait a little longer. And Bray Wyatt, I really hope, has something to do pretty damn soon, because he's been left with nothing. He's done virtually nothing for the better part of the past month that he's come back. Like, Uncle Howdy would be so cool if he's just revealed already. Like, give us Bo Dallas. Bo Dallas needs to fucking come back. Let's give Bo Dallas back and make Bo Dallas a serious character. Having Bray and Bo Dallas work together will be so fucking cool. And yeah, that's all I got to say about early Survivor Series predictions. I'm not going to go on and try to fantasy book a 4+ hour show. So we shall see if any of my fucking predictions will be right. And, who knows? Next. Logan Paul impresses. Listen. We all knew Logan Paul wasn't going to win the fucking match of Crown Jewel. But I did not expect Logan Paul to be that fucking good in the ring. That buckshot lariat he did was so fucking good. It was so fast. When Logan Paul did springboard moves in the air, he was like 12, 15 feet in the fucking air. Logan Paul looked like a fucking natural. And I guess if you're trained under Shawn Michaels, I guess that's a no-brainer. But Logan Paul was so fucking good. And there were parts of the match that I genuinely thought he was going to win. Logan Paul, like, especially that frog splash onto the table holding a phone alone. Like, Jesus Christ. Like, there's a difference between being a celebrity and just being in a fucking match. And then there's Logan Paul. Like, I bet we were all being like, what the fuck? Why is Logan Paul getting a shot at the WWE Championship in his third match? But after that, I said I think he earned it. I think, judging by that athleticism alone, I think he deserved to be in that spot. Even if he didn't win, which I think was the right decision. Even though he didn't win, I think he fucking killed it. Logan Paul is definitely belongs in pro wrestling for sure. Even the fucking parts where the Usos and Jake Paul and Solo Sikoa fucking came out, I fucking loved it. It was a 5-star main event for me. You know, like, that was the highlight of the night. And it brought more eyes to the show. Like, YouTubers, you know, fucking young kids, all that, they wanted to see how Logan Paul would do against the top guy, and they saw it. Logan Paul really impressed. And yes, unfortunately, he injured his ACL during that match. But, I mean, hey, that's what happens when you carry the whole company on your back. So, who knows? But, yeah. So, Mania 39, I would book Logan Paul, because it's Hollywood, it's LA. Let's have Logan versus, maybe Logan versus, I think Cena and Logan would be good. But if not that, and they have something else planned for Cena, Logan versus Theory. Let's get it. That'd be sick. Logan versus Ricochet. Give Ricochet something to do. Ricochet would be so fucking good. Right? Logan versus Ricochet. Next. MJF or Jon Moxley. Who do I think is walking out AEW World Champion? I want MJF. Think about this. Since the beginning of AEW, MJF came out and he called out Bret Hart, and he's shown that he is the living, breathing embodiment of The Rock when it comes to promos, and each and every promo, it feels like the kid is giving it his heart. And even then, his in-ring skill, his psychology, everything about him, his acting even, like that promo he did on William Regal a few weeks ago, that shit was fire. You can't tell me otherwise. But I love how MJF is in this main event spot now. And it was a shame that at All Out his spotlight was taken away because of one CM Punk. And especially that promo he did last night. That shit was fire. That shit was amazing. Now, I love Jon Moxley, I really do. He was my first favorite pro wrestler back when he was Dean Ambrose in WWE. But I think this is MJF's time to shine. 100%. And how would I book it? Well, have William Regal come out, right? And let's say, due to storyline, let's say what MJF said to William Regal really inspired him. Have like William Regal maybe pepper spray Jon Moxley when the referee's back is turned. Have MJF use the Dynamite Diamond ring and have him win the AEW World Championship. Boom! That's how you do it. And then have Ricky Starks win the Eliminator. Or hell, have Ethan Page have MJF feud with the Firm on his first feud as AEW World Champion. There you go. The proof is in the pudding. There you go. Long-term booking bitches. There you go. Next. Braun Strowman don't like flippy-floppy dudes. Braun Strowman don't like flippy-floppy dudes. This man... I think I had the screenshot saved on my phone. I have so much shit on here. But Braun Strowman went on Twitter a number of days ago, and he was like, fuck these flippy floppies, right? Oh my fucking god, I need to fucking clear my phone storage. Here we go. Holy hell, Omos, can you believe we got 47 5-stars and reminded the people that no one cares about all these floppy floppers? Giants and monsters are greater than flippy flipper, bag your groceries at Kroger. Hashtag airport test. Hashtag size is the prize. Hashtag swole is the goal. I love this fucking response by Chris Jericho. I used to bag groceries. That was fucking funny. What's this here? Will Ospreay. Why are you so mad about making money? It's dead funny that you actually done such a great job, and yet you're mad at other people that do the same job as you. Relax, my guy. Just say you really enjoyed showing super heavyweight wrestling. There you go. You didn't need to say no one cares about flippy floppers. Just say you enjoyed showing the people super heavyweight wrestling. Ricochet. Just don't ask him to stand on a scale or he'll threaten to sue you. Mustafa Ali. This one's the best one. Mustafa Ali. Can you teach me how to get fired? That one was the best one. Now, I think Braun did this just to troll. We all know Braun Strowman just fucking loves trolling on Twitter. But do I agree with that point if he was serious? Fuck no. I love the flippy floppers. Like, Logan Paul showed that. Ricochet is a living, breathing embodiment of flippy flopper. Remember Cedric Alexander versus Mustafa Ali, Mania 34? That shit was awesome. I loved that match. That was definitely like one of the best matches of the night. And it was a kickoff match. Like, you mean to tell me no one cares about flippy floppers? But what about Neville and Rich Swann? Those two are great fucking athletes. Right? So, obviously people care about the flippy floppers. They had a whole tournament about it that's regarded as probably one of the best tournaments in recent memory in wrestling. And they were filled with like people that casual wrestling fans don't even know, right? So you can't say that no one cares about flippy floppers. But was Braun Strowman and Omos 5 stars? Fuck no. I barely remember anything about the match. It took one running power slam for Braun Strowman to fucking win. Like, come on, man. Like, that was definitely not the best. It was a match that didn't deserve to be on the fucking pay-per-view card, but they wanted to give a fucking super heavyweight match for Crown Jewel, so whatever. If Braun's serious about this, then no, this is an L take for me, but if he's trolling, then I guess it worked, so who fucking knows. Next, 24/7 title, finally scrapped. Ha! I think this was fucking awesome. I explained all this last night. 24/7 championship hasn't really meant anything or has really had any focus for the better part of a year and a half, or like you can even go so far as to say 2 years. Like, this was introduced 3 years ago, 3 full years ago anyway, with 2019, and at first it showed potential. At first, like, you're in the age of social media, right? And you're having a title that's under 24/7 rules. Like, how can you do a title with 24/7 rules? Like, you can win it anytime, any place. You do that better in the 90s, and you have better winners of it, as opposed to an age where YouTube and TikTok exist. You can literally post videos literally every 20 seconds. Oh, no, not every 20 seconds. That would annoy people. But, like, every half hour or so of showing a wrestler, like, pin someone in an unusual environment. At first, they did that. Remember, I gave a few good examples, like Jinder Mahal pinning R-Truth in a golf course, R-Truth pinning Jinder Mahal in an airplane, or the best one, Drake Maverick getting pinned by R-Truth at Drake Maverick's fucking wedding. That one, like, if we had fucking more moments with the 24/7 title like that, I think the title would be like the most entertaining part of every show. But for some reason it wasn't. COVID hit. I think it was a little before COVID hit, and the fucking title was not used at all. And if it was the same people winning it. Like, I brought up R-Truth, Reginald, Dana Brooke, Tamina, and Akira Tozawa because in the last few months of the title's existence, those were the only 5 people who would win the title and keep it for more than a day. And then you'll have, like, the occasional dewdrop, Alexa Bliss and all that, and they only hold it for like 20 seconds, and then fucking R-Truth comes in, or Dana Brooke comes in, and then she'll hold it for like 100 days, and then boom, that's it. So it is what it is, you know. But it is what it is anyways. Finally, the Elite, the greatest fucking group at the minute, got suspended in September. Now it seems like they're coming back at full gear. And it's obvious because the promo package on Dynamite, you had the gears in the background. How would I book this? Because it's happening. Like, you can't tell me otherwise. I would have Death Triangle come out at full gear. Don't advertise anything for Death Triangle at full gear. Don't say it's an open challenge. Like next week on Dynamite, don't do anything. Have Death Triangle come out at full gear on the show. Let's say middle of the fucking show. They come out and they say that they feel disrespected as trios champions. They're not on the card. They're not defending. And then have them issue an open challenge on the show. Then you hear battle cry. Kenny Omega and the Bucks come out. And then they challenge. They have a kick-ass match. Have them go 20-30 minutes. Elite wins the Trios Championships. Fuck yes. Great redemption arc. Great return. And they come out with the titles that they never lost. Let's do it. Like, I think that would be sick, and it would be newsworthy. This would be newsworthy, Tony Khan. Like, shit like that. So, hell yeah. Anyways, guys, that's going to have to conclude today's episode of the Unscripted Podcast. If you like it, be sure to subscribe. There will be episodes every Thursday. I will be back tomorrow for the SmackDown Universe mode and any news if anything happens on SmackDown. You already know. So be sure to like, be sure to subscribe. And yeah, until we meet again, guys, I'll see you in the next video. This is your boy Willie Does Wrestling. Be good people. Please be good people. And peace.